Welcome to the European Association for Higher Education Advancements YouTube and podcast channel. We're diving deep today into a question I know a lot of you are thinking about.
Oh, yeah.
Online versus traditional education. Which one is right for you? Which learning style? We've got a great resource to help us break it all down.
Okay.
An article from the European Association for Higher Education Advancement called The Pros and Cons of Online versus Traditional Education.
Yeah, it's a big question.
It is a big question. No easy answers, but hopefully we can give you some things to think about as you make this decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the article jumps right in talking about flexibility
Okay.
as a major advantage of online learning.
Right.
You can learn on your own schedule. Fit those classes around your life,
Yeah,
not the other way around.
that's huge.
But I imagine this is huge for people
Right.
juggling jobs, families, all sorts of things.
I mean, think about it. Being
Yeah.
able to squeeze in a lecture during your lunch break
Oh, yeah.
or, late at night after the kids are asleep.
Yeah, when you have some quiet time.
Exactly. That kind of flexibility can be a game changer for people.
It can. And that leads us right into another big consideration. Cost.
Okay.
The article points out that online education is often more affordable, especially when you factor in things like room and board.
Yeah, you don't have the commute.
Right, exactly. Those daily commutes can add up.
Absolutely.
So it's worth comparing the full financial picture for both options.
For sure. Sometimes even if online programs have lower tuition fees, you might have to buy, certain software,
Oh, that's true.
specific technology to be able to participate.
Right, so you have to look at the total cost, not just the sticker price.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got flexibility, we've got affordability in online learning's corner.
Sounds good so far.
Right, but there's always a but.
There it is.
The article does mention a potential downside of online learning. Less face-to-face interaction.
Yeah, that's a big one for some people.
Fewer chances to network with professors and classmates.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it really depends so much on, your personality,
Yeah.
your learning style.
Right.
For some people, that lack of in-person interaction, it's a non-issue.
They don't even think about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for others who really thrive in, those collaborative environments, or they want to build those professional connections
Yeah.
through their studies, it could be a deal breaker.
It could, if that's what you're looking for in your education.
Yeah, and I think that's something to really reflect on.
For sure.
Because think about it, those spontaneous conversations
Right.
that lead to, research collaborations or meeting a future mentor at a campus event.
I never even thought about that.
It happens all the time. Those serendipitous moments, they're just harder to replicate online.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next big thing. Self-discipline.
Okay.
The article really emphasizes how crucial this is
It's huge.
for online learners
That's
with less external structure.
Right.
It comes down to your own drive.
You got to stay on track.
To stay on track, exactly.
Yeah. Are you the kind of person who thrives with deadlines?
Ooh, good question.
You need that external accountability,
Mm-hmm.
or do you need that extra push?
Yeah, do you need somebody keeping you on track?
Yeah, because in an online environment,
You're on your own.
you're your own project manager, you set your own deadlines, you manage your time, you hold yourself accountable.
That's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
So it sounds like online learning demands a certain level of
Self-awareness,
Yeah.
knowing your strengths and weaknesses when it
Right.
comes to staying focused.
and managing your time.
Exactly. And if you're somebody who, tends to procrastinate or gets easily sidetracked online learning,
It could be tough.
might present some extra challenges.
Yeah, but for those who are highly self-motivated with strong time management skills,
Yeah.
it could be great.
It can be incredibly empowering.
That's a good word for it.
It really can.
Okay, so it comes down to knowing yourself as a learner.
Yeah.
The article also talks about resources and support,
Okay.
and it mentions how traditional education often provides access to things like,
Libraries,
yes,
labs,
career services.
all of that,
Yeah, all of those resources can be invaluable.
depending on your field.
Exactly. Like if you're pursuing a science degree,
Right.
having access to those labs is essential.
We need them.
Or if you're looking to launch your career in a specific industry, a university career center can be huge.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's worth thinking about, are similar resources available online
That's a good point.
for your chosen field?
Right. Because some online programs do offer virtual labs and, career counseling.
They do.
but the quality and accessibility of those resources can vary so much.
Exactly. You don't want to find yourself missing out on that essential support
Right,
just
right.
because you chose the online route.
Yeah, it's all about weighing those trade-offs,
Hmm.
figuring out what matters most.
Okay, we've covered a lot, but I'm really intrigued by this last point the article raises.
Oh, yeah.
The possibility of a hybrid approach, blending online and traditional elements
Right.
to create a customized learning experience.
That's a really cool concept.
It is a cool concept.
I like it.
So imagine combining that flexibility of
Mm.
online learning
Yeah.
with those valuable in-person interactions.
You could have both.
You can have both.
That's amazing.
Maybe you take some courses online
Mm-hmm.
to fit your busy schedule,
Right.
but then you attend a few classes in person to get that face-to-face connection.
That, or a class that's mostly online,
Right.
but has like optional in-person workshops.
Yes.
I love that.
So many possibilities.
Endless possibilities.
It really encourages you to think outside the box.
It does.
Design a learning experience that fits your individual needs and goals.
I love that.
This is so empowering.
It is.
It takes away that pressure
Right.
of feeling like you have to choose one or the other.
You don't.
It's all about creating a path that works for you,
Exactly. Finding the right balance.
finding the right balance. So
Yeah.
what stands out to you so far?
Let me think about it.
What's resonating?
Well, you know what's fascinating to me is how this is kind of a shift
Yeah.
from how we used to think about education.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just, follow this one set path anymore.
Right.
It's recognizing that there are so many ways to learn and grow,
There are.
and those options are becoming more and more accessible, which is incredible.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, online learning in particular, it's opened doors for so many people who might
Mhm.
not have been able to, pursue higher education.
I see what you mean.
Think about people who are geographically isolated,
Right.
working full-time,
Yeah.
caring for family members.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, democratized access
Yes.
to knowledge.
I love that.
Like we've never seen before.
And even within traditional education, we're seeing more flexibility too.
Oh, absolutely.
Lots of universities are offering evening classes, weekend programs,
Mm-hmm.
even accelerated degrees
Right.
to accommodate different schedules.
It's all about finding that perfect fit.
Yes, I do.
But before you even start browsing programs, I think it's so important
Okay.
to do some real self-reflection.
Mhm.
What's your learning style?
Yeah. What are your goals
What do you want to achieve?
through education?
Yeah, it's like building a house.
Oh, I like that.
You wouldn't start construction without a blueprint.
Right.
You need a vision
You need to know what you want.
of what you want to create exactly.
So let's say somebody's listening to this
Okay.
and they are feeling overwhelmed.
They're like, oh my gosh, there are so many choices.
Right. How can they narrow things down?
That's a great question.
What advice would you give?
Well, first I'd say think about your learning preferences.
Okay.
Do you thrive in a structured classroom
Mm-hmm.
with deadlines, lots of interaction?
With professors, with other students.
Yeah, or do you prefer to work independently?
So at your own pace.
That can help you determine whether a traditional or more, self-directed program
Right.
may be better.
And what about the social aspect?
Oh, that's another good one.
How do you figure out if you'd miss those in-person connections?
Yeah, if you chose online learning, well, I think it can be helpful to think about past experiences.
Okay.
Did you enjoy group projects,
Mhm.
study sessions?
Were you the first to raise your hand
Exactly.
in a class
That's-
discussion?
Or did you prefer to,
Do your own thing.
fly solo?
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer here.
Right.
It's just about being honest
With yourself.
about what you enjoy.
What environments you thrive in.
Exactly. Self-awareness is so key.
It really is.
It's understanding your strength,
Yeah. Your weakness.
what motivates you, and even what might hold you back.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you have that self-knowledge,
Hmm.
you can start exploring programs.
Right? And see what aligns with your needs.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Talk to people.
Talk to other students. Talk
Yeah.
to alumni.
Get as much info as you can.
Before making that decision.
Right, because it is a big investment,
It is.
not just financially,
Mhm.
but your time and energy as well.
Exactly. It's an investment worth considering carefully.
It is, don't rush into something.
That's good advice.
Just because it's the easiest or most popular.
Right.
Take your time to find that perfect fit.
You'd be much more likely to succeed that way.
Absolutely. And you'll enjoy the process a lot more.
Yes. And speaking of enjoying the process,
Oh, yeah.
the article also mentions finding a program that speaks to your passions.
I love that.
It's not just about gaining knowledge.
Right.
It's about finding something that excites you.
Ignites your curiosity.
Yes. It makes you want to learn more.
Finding that spark is crucial.
It is. Because when you're passionate about what you're studying,
Yeah,
learning becomes an adventure,
it does.
not a chore.
You're more engaged, more motivated, and the information sticks.
That's true.
So much better.
It's like the difference between forcing yourself to read a textbook
Ugh,
and getting lost in a book that you just can't put down.
I love that analogy.
Passion is a powerful motivator.
Absolutely.
So if you can find a program that combines your curiosity with your interests,
Yeah.
you're setting yourself up for a really fulfilling experience.
You are.
And who knows, maybe that passion will even lead to a fulfilling career down the road.
That would be amazing.
Okay, so we've talked about flexibility cost, social aspects, resources, self-discipline, and passion.
Wow. That's a lot.
Anything else we should consider?
Yes. Actually, there's one more factor that I think is super important that often gets overlooked.
Oh, okay, I'm intrigued.
The quality of the program itself.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's not just about online versus in-person,
Right.
but what you're actually learning.
Exactly. Regardless of whether you choose online or traditional, you have to do your research. Make sure the program is reputable,
Okay.
accredited, taught by qualified instructors.
So you're getting a good education.
Exactly. You're investing your time and your resources.
You want to make sure it's worth it.
You want to make sure you're getting a high-quality education in return.
So how can somebody evaluate a program's quality?
That's a great question.
What are some red flags?
Well, one of the first things I always recommend is checking the program's accreditation.
Okay,
It's basically a seal of approval from an independent organization
got it.
that evaluates the program.
So it's like experts vouching for it.
Exactly. Accreditation is a really strong indicator that a program is committed to providing a good education.
Makes sense.
And then beyond that, I also encourage people to, look into the instructor's qualifications.
Right.
Are they experts in their fields?
Yeah, do they have a passion for teaching?
Exactly. Do they have good student reviews?
Those are all important things to think about.
They are. It's not just about their credentials,
Right.
but their teaching style.
And can they create a good learning environment?
Exactly. You can often find information about instructors on, university websites.
Oh, that's true.
Or even just doing a quick online search.
Yeah,
Don't be afraid to reach out to the program directly
it's a good point.
and ask for more information about the faculty.
And check for online reviews, too.
Oh, yeah, those firsthand accounts can be so valuable.
It's like you're doing an investigation
You are.
to make sure you're making the right decision.
Exactly, which is what it should be.
Your education's important.
It is a significant investment. So it's worth taking the time to do your homework
Yes.
and make sure you're choosing a program that aligns with your goals and will set you up for success.
Sometimes that means digging a little deeper
Yeah.
than those shiny brochures.
Right.
Talk to current students.
Mhm.
Talk to alumni.
Attend online info sessions.
Yeah.
Webinars don't hesitate to ask those tough questions.
About the curriculum, the workload, career outcomes.
Exactly. And asking those tough questions can also give you a sense of the program's culture.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Is it collaborative and supportive,
Right.
or is it more competitive,
Yeah.
cutthroat,
It's about finding that environment where you can thrive.
Exactly.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
It has.
I feel like we've covered so much,
We have.
but there's still more to explore.
There always is.
That's the beauty of education.
It's a continuous journey.
It's a journey of discovery.
And it's so exciting.
When you find the right path,
It is when you find that path that resonates with you.
and remember,
Yes.
you don't have to figure it all out on your own.
That's so important.
There are resources out there
Mm-hmm.
to help you navigate these decisions.
Absolutely. Like the European Association for Higher Education Advancement,
Yes,
their website is amazing.
it is.
A treasure trove of information and guidance.
I mean, their articles and blog posts and videos,
Mm,
it's a great place to start for anyone who's feeling lost
absolutely.
in all of these choices.
Yeah, it's like having a guide
Right.
to help you
Knowledgeable guide.
through the world of higher education.
Exactly.
Right.
So as we wrap up,
Okay.
what's the one piece of advice
Oh,
you'd give to our listeners
okay.
who are trying to decide between online and traditional?
I think the most important thing to remember is there's no one right answer.
That's true.
The best learning path
Yeah.
is the one that aligns with you.
With your needs,
Your goals
your aspirations.
or aspirations. Don't be afraid to explore different options.
I like that.
Ask questions
Hmm.
and trust your gut.
Yeah. Trust your gut. That's great advice.
I think so.
Well, this has been fantastic.
It has.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
And don't forget to check out the European Association for Higher Education Advancement's website.
Yes.
Tons of resources there.
Please don't forget to follow the European Association for Higher Education Advancement on YouTube and social media.